Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is the BDR back with the gift of gab, and if you notice, we're in a change of scenery. We're at House Records now. I got a move set up. We're going to invest in more professional equipment, and this is the way to do it. If you notice, I don't have my two co-hosts with me through a Discord call, KK Call of Duty and Fat J. No drama. Unfortunately, I ain't got good tea for y'all. We're all adults. Life took us different directions, and that's how the cookie crumbled. So we make moves. We changed the format. And now we're here at Outhouse Records, and we're here with Maddie from Dwarf Among Midgets and Outhouse Productions.
Hello, how's it going?
Dude, it's going good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm very tired after this weekend.
It's
been crazy.
It is been hell of a weekend, and we'll get into that because I know one of the Fridays, or Saturday actually, feels like it was Friday, was crazy.
Yeah.
But with that being said, where have I been? Been working my ass off.
Yeah.
Last time we recorded the podcast, I wasn't working at IMI yet. I got a new job. I'm a concrete truck driver. Haul fucking concrete all day, every day, 10, 12, 40 hours, literally 24 hours in a day sometimes. And I've been busy. Been working on music. We got Running, for those who've been to my shows, have seen me perform at other shows. It's out now on all streaming platforms. Look for the generic white guy in a running pose. You'll find him. Also, 4 new songs coming out. Insecurities actually drops today. Is the 29th, drops tomorrow. New song dropping out. 3 other songs dropping next month. 2 of them with Fat J, a guy who competed on City of Versus, who I actually beat. Love that guy.
City of Versus.
Let's go ahead and hop into that, man. We're just going to go ahead and be bombastic. This is the energy we got today. That's the vibe I'm on. You were a judge.
I was.
Tell me about that experience.
It was fun. It was difficult. I was trying to be as fair and unbiased as I could. I think I did that, but I mean, I don't know. Some people probably think that I wasn't, but it was fun though. It was interesting to hear everybody's take on everything, and it got harder and harder as we got to the final rounds. Like it was just because I really loved the shout out Odd Unique Caleb. The way he set up the challenges and stuff, like specific word challenges and like. You all have to rap over the same beat, and then there's like the dual thing. I love the idea that every round was different. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm a really big old school hip hop fan, so like boom bap, 90s, 80s, 90s style, mostly 90s. I don't really listen to a lot of modern hip hop, so like I think I had a different take than some of the other judges probably. But I'm just more. I love wordplay. I love wordplay and flow and. I don't know. It's like that's just kind of thing that I love. I know some modern hip hop fans might like more look for more hooky stuff,
melodic shit.
Yeah, it's like melodic and hook stuff, which I love that stuff too in certain music. But with my hip hop, I like it to be hard hitting. I like it to be like clever, and I like the art of writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's kind of my take on the whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it though. It was really cool to hear. I discovered a lot of new artists and stuff, and of course it was fun to do the final night. There was a blast.
Yeah, so. Let's talk about that a little bit more. So if you guys can see this photo, you got me bottom right, the man, the creator, and one of the judges right there bottom left. Odd Unique, Larry the producer, one of the best DJs on this planet, one of the best hosts. Come to book him. He travels around for weddings. He does a lot of different shit. Shout out to Larry. You got the 2 finalists, final 3 actually up there. 2 white in the red shirt. What an incredible dad. Hell of a dude. He'll say it himself. He's an asshole, and we love him for it. CBG, one of the smoothest dudes on the planet, just does his thing, stays humble. He was the champ. He won this weekend, and he won handedly, but it was somehow extremely close at the same time.
Yeah.
Like if 2 white would have won, no one would have said anything negative either. It was that close, but it was that badass for who competed. E-Rock, the man with the dreads in the back, poking his head like a weirdo, because that's what he is. Love you, dude. He got 3rd, and that man is just as talented as anyone else. The final 3 and the final 2, literally anybody could have won. If you guys did not go to City of Versus, check it out on YouTube, Facebook. Check it out, because season 2 is coming out in the fall with a brand new belt, some new judges, brand new structure, and that man right there in the bottom is going to be running it, and I'm going to be competing again. I got 4th out of the top 3, 4 out of 3.
You got 4th out of 15 we started with, right?
Yeah, so, 15.
Yeah, I think you did pretty solid. So.
Lane got 5th. That was his first time ever making music stuff. That's why
shout out Lane. YG and Hughes, yeah, that was
First
crazy.
show too.
It was crazy. He literally wrote songs for this competition for the first time ever, and then he performed for the first time ever at the final round night.
Yeah.
Like, it's so wild to me.
Yeah, what a fucking legend.
He's young. He's doing it though.
Gentleman that's in between CBG and YG, I don't know who he is, but he's been a supporter. I've seen his face around a few times, so shout out to him. I don't know your name, dog, but we appreciate you. A couple people that are missing from this that I want to give flowers to. Legacy motherfucking Truth.
Yep.
One of the most positive artists you guys will ever hear as talking as a human being, and he has some really good music. Go check him out. YBB from Air. That's an old school cat right there.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing his own thing. Fat J. Can't speak highly enough on him. We only got a certain amount of time. I could ramble for hours on how good this dude is, how talented he is. He was my competitor in round 2 of a versus head-to-head, and I just edged him out. I'm proud to say that because something I like to brag about just because I think he's that fucking dope. Yeah. He's from Michigan, though, so he doesn't really have time all the time to be traveling 3 hours to get to venues when life happens. We all know how life goes. But those are other artists that were part of it. I can't speak highly enough. That belt looked amazing. It was shining with the lights.
I should have had a picture of that up.
That's okay. We'll get a picture at some point.
But
I'm a rapper, not a producer, so that's what we do. But it was a good-ass time. I can't speak highly enough on it. Can't speak on the fact that it's made more... We're building history around here in Kokomo, Indiana, if you guys didn't know. And in Indiana in general. 765, we're repping the state. Look at that, man. $150.
Yeah, it's a little dark. But
it's a little dark, but you can see it. You can see it. Just use your eyeballs. I promise. Yeah. That man, that's a legend right there. That's a winner of the competition to season 1. Hope he comes back for season 2. This will be a brand new belt every single year, every single round, or season. English is hard. But, I
didn't realize he was doing season 2 in the fall. I thought it was an annual thing. So that's super cool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the competitor to me is mad that I didn't get hired, so I'm ready to compete. I'm ready to start now.
Oh, yeah. You got to have that competitive edge. Yeah. The coolest thing for me about the whole thing, real quick, was the camaraderie between all the contestants.
Oh, my God, yeah.
That was my favorite part because you can tell everybody's homies and everybody is collaborating together. Everybody wanted to work with each other. Like even in the final round, CBG's song that he wrote for the final round, Too White was singing the hook with him. That was super awesome. It was pretty dope. But he all together, there was a really cool moment earlier in the night where Too White, CBG, and E-Rock were on stage. Did a song
After the
together.
Fun is a song coming out on E-Rock or not E-Rock, but Too White and CBG's album. I don't know the name of it, so I apologize. But be on the lookout.
Yeah,
it's hard to make a better song than that song. I gotta be honest.
Is that the one with all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the hook is crazy.
It was good, and that was really cool to see the top 3 like doing a song
and
together.
And Too White popped off with the freestyles because he forgot his verse during. And I'm bringing this up because it wasn't a fuck up. He dropped a fire freestyle in the time slot of his verse for that song and elevated the song like a badass that he is, to be honest.
Yeah, that was dope. The fact you could tell that he kind of stumbled over it or whatever, but then he just started freestyling and he killed it. Honestly,
dude, he really did. He hit some cool pockets and he finished off by once again camaraderie. He named Elijah. He named Melvin. I love calling CBG Melvin because we're not even that close like that. And you got fucking Nicholas, and then Larry the producer. He named it all, and he musically and sonically structured it in a correct manner in a free and during the live off the cuff freestyle. It made the beat dry. It was one of the highlights of the night for sure. I can't even speak.
He's got a perfect mind for freestyling for sure. You can tell that he's always one step ahead,
and that's how he went
5 steps ahead of the
and that's
bar.
how he went through the challenges too. He'd be the one to submit first every single time.
Yep.
First round he did in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then already submitted it, and it was a perfect score because that's just what he does. Yep. He's an asshole and he's earned the right to be. Simple as that.
The first round, his song still gets stuck in my head. The hook that he put in.
It was 5-word challenge. Yeah, it was so good.
It was the first thing that I heard of the whole competition, and that song is still an earworm for me. And I'm like, the fact that he wrote that quickly and got it out like day of or something is insane to me. Like, I don't know. Like, Nick, I know you think I don't like you, but I promise you, I think you're a super talented dude, and I respect your abilities because I can't do that shit. There's no way.
It's insane, and it's cool to see and be a part of because furthering on the community aspect of it, we had an artist group chat, which if you get into the next season, there'll be one, and there was a judge group chat. We didn't get to see the judges' discussions. That was their safe area to be honest, critical, and they were the entire time, but maybe be disrespectful or be brutally uncut without worrying about hurting anybody's feelings because everyone's got egos, everyone is sensitive at the end of the day, and we weren't here for drama, we were here for competition. But we were all teaching each other shit. Even like I had something to offer, YGN had something to offer to the veterans, and then they had good critiques. That's why the next new songs of mine that are coming out, Insecurities, Just a Man, Leveling Up, No Apologies, all of those songs are gonna demonstrate that I've elevated as an artist, and people don't even believe that quality music is capable of me. But it comes from City of Verses.
Yeah.
And furthering the community and stuff, here in Indiana, building culture, building history, Akon decided to shoot a music video up here in a good old Hoosier State, baby.
And what, Elkhart, right?
Elkhart, yep. Yeah, it looks like Elkhart to me.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Elkhart.
I listened to this song actually this morning because I want to be current, want to keep news up going for everybody. And so I did some research, and Fat J's the one that actually told me about it like about 6 days ago is when it came out. 6 days old. And I didn't know they still had payphones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's functional, but he's sitting there for like his verse, and it's like a conversation talking about getting out of the ghetto, being the ghetto, and that lifestyle, and he's on a payphone the entire time. And so is Sheesh,
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, and I was like, they still have those?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I ain't seen a payphone. I'm 23. I ain't ever seen a payphone. I know how they work, and I've even practiced using one, but it's never been a functional one. It's always been like a display phone booth, like, Iron Man Superman changing into his outfits and shit.
Right.
Good old Clark Clint.
It takes me back to my younger days because I remember my mom would drop us off at the mall, because this is back before anybody had cell phones, because I'm an old fucker, But I remember we had to take change because when we were ready to go, we would go to the payphone and we had to call mom to pick us up,
See,
that's when we were real young,
But some traditions aren't over. They just altered.
Yeah.
Now everyone that's my age, we carry change for plain billiards at the bar. That's what we do. I'm the guy that has $10, $15 in his pocket in quarters so we can get drunk and play some pool.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that. But I want to talk about this show and what we've been doing. Because you and I started working together pretty soon. We've been working together for what? Almost a year and a half now, but we're really starting to get the ball rolling now.
Yeah.
I.e., this is the Outhouse Productions, Outhouse Records studio. We are live in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
That's an upgrade for me. That's a teamwork right there. And that's all due to Maddie, Messi, and Kibbles, Dwarf Among Midgets. But you're the man behind the power. You're the one that comes up with the production and shit.
I do the nerdy shit.
Yeah, the fun shit, the cool shit. And we're working on a music video.
We are.
Running.
Next week.
Next week we will be shooting, and we'll be dropping it shortly after, and it's going to be a fucking movie. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be cool.
I could spend the next rest of this podcast talking to y'all about it, but we want to keep it interesting, not too boring. But we are going to talk about it. So,
yeah.
What should we reveal? What should we reveal? We got a great concept. We got a beautiful concept. Mm-hmm. And I want to highlight the magic of your mind. We talked about this. I'm going to give you all a little behind the scenes. We talked about this about a week or two ago, and I just came in here. We're doing business, per normal. And I'm like, hey, man, I got a concept for a music video. And I'm like, it's a car chasing me.
And you're running.
And I'm running.
Yeah.
And then that's all I said. And now we have a full-fledged, 14-hour fucking day scheduled next week with concepts, with fucking scenes. We have different setups for different lenses. Talk about your process when you work with other artists, and I guess this project in specific, because as an artist, I'm just showing up, recording, saying the final judge, but you're putting the legwork in behind the scenes. So let's get into that.
So when I approach something like that, it's like I'm kind of autistic. There's a part of my brain that is like, I didn't know that because I was 30 before I heard the word autistic. You know what I mean? But when I was younger, they called us another word, but but no. So I'm kind of autistic when it comes to details and weird stuff like that. So I can, you say, okay, I'm getting chased by a car. All of a sudden, my mind goes a million different directions. Like, okay, this could mean. Let's see what is a theme that we could take from that. Let's make it into an art. You know what I mean? Since you said a car chasing me, it's like I don't know how much you want to reveal of the. We
can go into it. Let's get people excited about it.
But it's basically I was like, okay, well, why would a car be chasing you? That's my process. Is is there a reason for it? Because okay, so I'm really into film writing and screenwriting and story writing in general, characters and stuff like that. And there's this thing where it's okay, bad writing is this happens and then this happens and then this happens. Now, good writing is this happens and then this happens because that happened. this happens because that happened. So that's the difference between good writing and bad writing as far as storytelling. So the way my mind works is just like that. It's like, okay, cars chasing you, that's a cool visual,
Right.
but let's give it a reason. You know what I mean?
Precisely.
It's like it's a difference between Star Wars: A New Hope and Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi looks amazing. It's a fantastic looking film. The story makes no goddamn sense. We're not going to get into that, but
Or are we?
but see, that's the difference right there.
Yeah.
It's good storytelling. It's good story versus bad story. So my thing is, okay, car chasing you, that's cool. I like the visual concept, and obviously the song's called Running. So what are you running from? So it's like, I didn't at that point. I hadn't dissected the song. Now I've been listening to the song a bunch since we decided to do the video, because you have to do that kind of thing, you know. So I want to get very familiar with the verses, with the words, everything. So I'm trying to come up with like an artistic theme of why this car is chasing you. So my original thought was, okay, this car is autonomous, like Christine. You know, like there's no one driving this car. It's just a car that's chasing you, and at first you don't know why. Because that's another thing with good storytelling, is you show something and then you explain it. You don't explain why before you do it, because then it's not as good, you know. But anyway, so this autonomous car is chasing you. It's like, why would the car be chasing you? It's like a metaphor for you're running from something. So what are you running from? Something is chasing you, and basically it's like my original thought was you're running away from, you're constantly running, you're surviving.
Right.
That's the easy way. I didn't know we were going to get into this, so I hadn't put my thoughts together.
I always put them on the spot, guys. We don't do the prep.
But it's like, it's basically like at this point, you're running from this car, so you're surviving. So, okay, you're just running to survive because you don't want to get run over.
Right.
But at a certain point, you jump out of the way of that car and you take control of the car. You get in the car, you quite literally take the wheel. It's almost like you're taking control of your own destiny. So it's like, it's like life is constantly chasing you, and you're constantly just trying to, you know, whether it's working check to check trying to survive, whether it's trying to do this or that, life is chasing you, and all you're ever going to do is run until you decide to take control. Once you take control, then you are the one driving your life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's kind of what I'm doing with this production stuff, because up until 4 months ago, I worked a full-time sales job for the last 10, 15 years. I did car sales. I sold internet. I sold, you know, I sold music gear. But like, I took control of myself. So it's almost like I took a personal part of me, of my recent journey to becoming a freelancer and doing this stuff full time. I almost took that and kind of grabbed your thing and kind of put our stuff together. Because I feel like as a director, as a producer, shit's gonna feel fake unless you have to put a piece of yourself in it. You know what I mean?
100%.
And if you don't do that, it's gonna feel phony. It's not gonna feel right. So yeah, so that's the concept: is the car's chasing you and you're just running to survive until you decide, you know what, fuck this, I'm tired of running, I'm going to take control, I'm going to make shit happen myself. And that's the metaphor of you getting in the car and driving it yourself.
And here's why this is beautiful, because not only is it a part of you, which is important to the art, because we all do this for money at some point, we all want to be successful, but it's all about the passion. That's one thing we bring that's undeniable, is passion, care, and creativity. And that also, you like perfectly describe what I've done.
Yeah.
Like recently, beginning of this year, I was a family man. It's not like I hate my family, but I had a girl, I had a kid I was taking care of. It's not biologically mine, so I'm no longer in that picture. It was the healthiest thing to do for both parties. Mm-hmm. And then I had to change employment, and I had to quit my job for like 2 weeks without getting paid, go get my CDL, get school training, go travel like 3 hours away in Muncie, or 2 hours, and then go live in a hotel by myself for a week. That was weird. I ain't never been in a hotel by myself. I've toured, done shows all over the state. I just drive and go home the same day. I ain't I'll take a 3 hour, 4 hour drive and come back 3 or 4 hours later. Like, I'll be tired. That's what I do. But I stayed at a hotel by myself, and then I'm going on a fitness journey now. I've been making a core creative change in my soul and in my life. Shout out to KK, Call of Duty, and Fat J. They helped structure my habits for music. I would make bullshit excuses.
Yeah.
Straight up. I'm just going to keep it blunt. That's what KK would say, and I honestly have to agree with him. He's pissed me off before, and I love that he has, because it's one thing we always do. That's why there's no drama or anything. We are honest with each other to a fucking T.
You gotta be.
To the point where we get borderline disrespectful and we don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
Like that. But that makes you a better artist, a better human, when you can digest it with no ego, or try not to. So yeah, that's like, not only is it a part of you, but it's perfectly describing the change that I've gone through. I work on music every single day. Not this week. It's been 100 fucking degrees in the music studio. I have no ventilation in that bitch.
God.
So my apartment's like 88 degrees, and then, yeah, no.
Well, that's awesome though. Like I said, when I originally I bounced off your idea with that idea, I had no idea that it would resonate with you like that. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I don't know. I was just trying to come up with a cool. I don't think I realized either in the moment that I was taking my own experience and you know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't realize that in the moment, but after the more I think about it, because I've been listening to that song like every day, trying to get gear up.
The streams are going up, baby. Thanks, Maddie.
I've been getting in the gear to make the video because I'm like come up with like shots and ideas and like different things like that, and that's when I realized like, oh shit, I took my own personal experience and melded it with your idea, and like but that's what you do when you collaborate. You make something together. So it's awesome.
That's badass.
I think it's gonna be a really cool video though.
I'm stuttering because there's so many. I'm thinking of like 15 different things to say right now because I'm pumped.
Yeah.
It's going to be the start of the new branding for the BDR too, because there will be nothing lower quality than that from this point forward. And this podcast episode itself is going to be an example of that. Going to get a little more structured. Going to have different guests. Maddie's not going to always be a guest, but he'll probably be the unofficial co-host because he's going to be here regardless. So we'll have shit to do.
Yeah, if you need somebody, I'll jump in. That's fine.
Yeah, so, and he knows what he's fucking doing, if you guys can't tell. And you're going to tell. You need to check out the Master Hunter music video as well. Shout out Michael Howard for being a fucking wonderful actor and creep. It was so good. Go check it out if you guys haven't seen it.
It's called Unstable Master Hunter.
Unstable Master Hunter. Great fucking music video. Great song.
Yep.
But enough about us for the next 5 minutes, because we got a show coming out September 5th, and we'll get at it in a second. But we're also not just going to talk about what we do. We're going to talk about what's been going on in the world, like Akon's music video, City of Verses. But if you didn't know, I just found this out yesterday, Kendrick Lamar and SZA now have the highest grossing co-headlining tour of all time.
Really?
Yeah, 23 shows across America and Canada. Kendrick and SZA have grossed more than $256 million.
That's insane.
Their average gross per show has been 11.1 million, and they have sold a total of 1.1 million tickets across the record-breaking run.
That is insane.
Not like us.
Yeah.
Ain't no one like them.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy.
And honestly, that's what propelled him to being as just doing that diss track.
Yeah, talk about taking control of your destiny.
Which I love it though, because I think he's super talented. Like I remember Good Kid, Mad City years ago, and I was like this kid is fucking good, and like now. Finally, he's getting to the point where like he's it's similar to the comedy realm with Shane Gillis. I've been a Shane Gillis fan for years, and now he's like the biggest comic in the world. And Kendrick's getting there on the hip hop level. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, he literally is like, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Like he's
if anybody deserves it, like people call me a hipster, a hater, whatever. But like, I don't know that I'm just critical. I'm critical and I'm passionate about shit.
As you should be.
But I think Kendrick is one of the most talented dudes to come out, and
he's a generational rapper for life. He's going. What do you want as a rapper, an artist? You want the backing of your constituents and your peers. Mm-hmm. He's got that. You want the mainstream success. He's got that. There's not a thing he hasn't done.
Yeah.
And he does it authentically as himself. Some stuff he does, people will find corny. Some people will love it. Some people hate it. What polarizing artist doesn't do that? Mm-hmm. Drake, great artist. A lot of fucking polarization there, like a lot.
Yeah.
But you can throw, even people who hate Drake, and I'm not the biggest Drake fan, you can find a song of his that you like.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like he fell off. Kendrick just blew up.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's crazy what's going on in the hip-hop world right now. Fucking Megan Thee Stallion did a twerk contest on Love Island recently. It's all over the place. Sex is still selling. Tours are still selling.
That'll never not sell.
Ain't changed, just the new scenery, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff going on in the world. There's basketball stuff. We just had the finals. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to freaking Halliburton's Achilles, sadly. Shout out to SGA and the Thunder.
That got brought out multiple times at the City of Versus
final.
Yeah,
I had like a 25-minute conversation before the show started.
Well, I just meant songs themselves. Like they were about freestyles. Like Halliburton came up like multiple times.
Yeah,
which I thought was funny.
Which shows, but it's just more of Indiana culture doing great things.
Yeah.
It really is. In the UFC world, which I know you said you don't really follow too much, but there's been some big shit going on because I'm not afraid. I like to talk about my interest. I like basketball and sports, and I like MMA. Mm-hmm. A fucking lot. I want to train, but I like my brain. So, you know, bars.
No CTE.
Yeah. John Jones retired. In the kind of the biggest bitch way I've seen, and I'm going to be brutally honest. he just fucking was like, I'm out. Wasted a year, 800 days of Tom Aspinall, who's now the new undisputed heavyweight UFC champion. He was an interim holder. He wanted to fight John Jones because John had the belt. And he just strung him along for the last, like, almost 2 fucking years. And then said, I'm out. Fuck y'all. And then got legal trouble and shit. So it kind of changed some stuff up in the heavyweight scene. And it's just sad, to be honest. But it's big news because John Jones is arguably one of the GOATs of the sport. He's like the Michael Jordan with the ped use, like with a lot of the controversies. He's a very controversial figure, but that dude can fight. And then last night, Topuria knocked out Charles Olivera in the very first round to claim the vacant lightweight title because Islam Makhachev went up to a weight class above this man now to go fight for the other belt at, I think, middleweight. I don't remember all the weight classes because I'm like a hardcore casual. I'm not a hardcore fan. I'm a hardcore casual fan.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't really follow it anymore.
But this dude's insane. He's a Spaniard. He's also Georgian, and he's knocked out all the arguable GOATs of every division. And he's undefeated right now. He knocked out Max Holloway, knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, who's actually the champion of the welterweight. No, that's way too big. The weight class below fucking light heavyweight, so I don't remember, or lightweight. I'm having a brain fart. Oh well.
It's all good.
But anyway, he knocked him out too, and then he went up and he took this belt. So now he's like on some Conor McGregor status with the run and stuff. Not maybe necessarily as popular, but he's been predicting all his fights, knocking them out. Paddy the Baddy, have you heard that name?
Nope.
Man, he's hilarious. He's a scouser mate.
Okay.
And he doesn't get knocked out is what he says all the time. And he called each other out, so that's going to be the next big fight. It's going to be crazy, man. But let's finish this off talking about us just a little bit more. September 5th.
September 5th. I don't have a flyer for that.
No, you do not, because we just finalized details yesterday, or Friday rather. So we have...
At Outhouse Records.
Outhouse Records, yeah.
Records.
We have a big show going
downtown Kokomo.
109 East Sycamore Street.
Geek
be
Street.
there or be square. But I can't speak highly enough of the show. All the songs that are coming out next month for me, those will probably be performed at the show. Fat J's going to be there. He's an artist. E-Rock is going to be there. CBG, the City of Versus champion, is going to be there.
First annual champion.
Larry the producer. The Kokomo Press. And Outhouse themselves, obviously.
Nice.
We're all going to be there. And YG and Hughes is also going to be there. I'm trying to remember the entire... But there's more. The Mountain.
Oh,
y'all don't know who the Mountain is?
Seth the Mountain?
Seth the Mountain's going to be doing poetry to start our show out.
That's awesome.
And so we are changing the fucking game right now. We got a merch raffle going on for it. We're going to have some clothing for BDR stuff, Outhouse stuff. Mm-hmm. And we're going to use it as a fundraiser for Harvest Fest.
We're going to throw some Dwarf stuff in there too. So
yeah, and you all need to listen to Dwarf. Brown Hole Sun. Maddie might not think so. Best song they've ever made. I'm just saying.
We got a new EP coming out soon. So we're tracking this week.
Yeah, it's going to be White Girl Sun this time.
But if you missed the City of Versus final, come to September 5th Outhouse.
Yes.
A lot of the same performers will be there. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. It was fantastic.
You know, I'm one of the best artists in the state and in the country. And so are the other guys that perform with me and arguably perform better. And that's a high bar. And it's only $10, guys. Kids 10 and under, free. There'll be a flyer here soon. You guys will see some stuff. And with that being said, Maddie, it's been the Get the Gab.
It has been.
We talk about bullshit. We talk about current news. We talk about what the fuck we're doing because we matter to ourselves and we do this for fun. We out this bitch. Leveling up. Yeah, I'm leveling